Robert, let's begin by talking about Qi. I noticed that when you sign your emails, you say, in good Qi. And I was curious, isn't all Qi good, or is there bad Qi and good Qi?
That's a good question. Actually, Qi is not bad at all. Qi is all good. When we say good Qi or bad Qi, try to distinguish that. When we say you're in good Qi, that means the Qi is suitable for you. You're in the good place that they're matching together. When the Qi is, we say it's the sick Qi or the bad Qi, it's not Qi itself is bad. It's that this Qi is not yours. Yeah. So, say for example, we say we get sick because of a lot of foreign Qi coming to us, cold, the cold Qi or dampness, the heat. Well, actually, these are also essential Qi for us. But when it is too much, then we say it's become a sick Qi. So you want to take away this cold Qi. Sometimes they scrape, then you have the bruise, then the sick Qi goes out. Then when it goes out, then you're fine. So there's no bad Qi. But when we say good Qi, that means we should in a good energy field, and you're blessed with good energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, you talk about Qi having a certain intelligence to it. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Well, when we practice Qi, there's two things about it. One is that we practice Qigong by absorbing the Qi, by cultivating the Qi. Another is we allow the Qi to work for us. Actually, that when I was with my master, when I just started, I was very diligent. I practice every day, 5 hours a day, and just try as much as I can. But for about 2 months, he really frustrated me because he was like wringing his eyes and saying, "You should do more. Yeah, you should do more." I said, "How much more? Okay, I have to go to school, right? 5 hours is maximum." And I can now ask questions. When I say, "Don't ask, you should do more," until about 2 months later, he said just less than a minute of talking, and I remember it forever. He said, "Do you know why I frustrated you? Why I pushed you to the corner? I want to have your watermelon ripe. Before it is ripe, I pull, I teach you, you won't get it. But now, you're ripe. I just tick on it, you understand. Do you know why? You're practicing diligently enough, but you should nourish your Qi. Not just training your Qi, you should allow the Qi to work for you. Qi has the better intelligence, because as long as you're open to the Qi, Qi knows where to go. Yeah. So he teaches me nourishing Qi. The nourishing Qi is a passive way of practicing, meaning you're not really doing anything. He said, why I say you should do 24 hours, you should do more. It doesn't mean that you do more practice. You should understand that you're always with Qi. Qi is in you, you are in Qi. That's what I mean. The way to do that is, one is always be aware of your lower dantian, that is below the belly button. Here is the base of the storage of energy. Always be aware of it. It's like you have a little baby here. You don't have to go all the time being together with the baby. Anytime you go out to work, but when you think about your baby, you tap your lower dantian, that is like you're nourishing your baby. So you and this lower dantian is connected spiritually like you with your baby. So that is one way to nourish your Qi. Another is we always put it at the end of the practice that you do the work, you try hard, you breathe, you stretch, then sit down or lie down and just imagine every single cells, every tiny particles of the body is glowing. You know, the tiniest thing, if you go inside, there's still space. Yeah. So when you go there, you have the light. So every tiny particles, you have light, and also light is everywhere. So just keep this in back of your mind, just floating in this ocean of light, then you are having the Qi to work for you. And in some way, the nourishing Qi is more important than you practicing your Qi, because they winding the ways, they guide your ways to do. Much cleverer than it here.
So when you say nourishing Qi, you've offered us two different techniques that we can do. So in the first technique, I'm attending in my lower dantian. I'm putting my attention there. What am I doing beyond that? I'm just attending inside. What am I paying attention to?
It's like greeting your friend. Like in the morning, good morning Qi, you can tap on here or just think of here. Yeah. And when you're busy with your work, you take a little rest. Oh, my dantian. So I joke with my students, next time when you meet me, don't say good morning Robert, say good morning dantian. Dantian means elixir field, and it refers to the energy field here. Dan means elixir, tian means area or field. So elixir field is the things that restore the energy. Actually, we have three dantians: lower dantian, middle dantian, and upper dantian. The lower dantian, they store the energy and helps us to have like vitality. Stores energy for vitality, for sexual power and birth power. And this middle dantian, they store the energies that is associated with our emotions, with our love. So when your energy here is strong, you feel loved and you give love more easily. Yeah. And here we call it the wheel of wisdom, the upper dantian. So they collect energies associated with intelligence. So when the energy here is strong, people, they are more clever. Well, possibly they have better business and career. But if here is blocked, you feel like you're very lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and always make wrong decisions. Yeah. So, and sometimes we're not so aligned. Okay, here can be very strong. Here is blocked. No matter how successful your business, here, if it is blocked, you feel depressed. Yeah. From a second person, they cannot understand. He does everything. Why he's not happy?
Yeah.
Energy blocked or weak. Yeah. So you just take care of here.
Yeah.
Because no matter which energy center, but you want to have it sinking down here. So it's like a pyramid. We don't want to have pyramid upside down. A lot of people hear too much, then they don't feel so stabilized. And we want to have it down all the way here, so they are like a quadrant, or steaming the energy.
Okay, now I want to be very specific with you to make sure that I'm following you. When I'm good morning, dantian, my lower dantian, exactly where am I in my body? Am I inside the body? Am I towards the front? How big an area are you talking about?
Actually, it's about, when we say dantian, it's this whole area. And this is the door. Like if you find the belly button, about 3.5 fingers below, that is the center. So you try to have your palm to be more accurate. If you bend your middle the fingers, the point that middle finger touch is not right in the center, around here. This, we call it Lao Gong, labor palace. A lot of hands Qi are coming from here and absorb the hands Qi from here too. So you try to have here, put it on here, here, overlap. That is the best way to nourish your Qi when you're relaxed. Sometimes when you do meditation, you do it here. And when you finish the exercise, you do it here. Even 3 seconds, it makes a huge difference.
Okay, now the second technique you talked about for nourishing Qi is imagining that all of the cells in your body are taking in Qi. Can you describe specifically, how do I do that? What am I, it's a visualization I'm doing?
It's sort of visualization. The first one, you don't have to use any extra time. It's in the time of you doing anything. So you can do it 24 hours. Like you're always linked with here. You're awake, you link here. You're aware, you would link here. The second time is that actually when you're resting, before you go to bed, you lie in bed, actually, when you lie in bed, before you go to sleep, you set this in the mind, then you're practicing Qigong even in your dream. Yeah. So that is a good way to make your practice even more efficient, is that Qi is everywhere. You don't have to walk 2 miles to get the Qi. It is in here, it's in your breath, it's in your mind. So practicing Qigong is training or cultivating energy through the breathing and mind. Yeah. So here, as soon as you watch your breathing is getting slower, then here is more the mind things, is that you accept the Qi is with you. So you think, like, if the body, now we think it's solid. Actually they have all holes.
Yeah, porous.
So porous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just imagine your body is porous, like sponge.
Yeah.
Soaking up in this oceans of the Qi, just goes in and in, goes deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Qi is in me.
Yeah.
This is like an affirmation. Qi is in me. Then another affirmation is, I am in Qi. So it's like sponge in a hot tub. They soak with the water, but meanwhile it's in the water. You can tell the difference, but actually they're merging each other. That's the same thing as we with the Qi. Yeah. So I'm in Qi. Qi is in me, penetrating every tiny particles of my body, and then meanwhile I'm floating in the ocean of the Qi, floating far deeper. That kind of image makes us go deeper with that kind of energy penetrating. And then there's the Nourishing Chi. Every time before I go to bed, no matter how tired, just have this, I begin to snore, you wake up refreshed. All the energies in your cells are happy, because they're like juicy.
Now I want to clarify one thing. What's the relationship between doing the practices, like the practices in Qigong Ecstasy, and then nourishing Chi? What's the relationship between those two things, cultivating and nourishing?
The Qigong Ecstasy is, we have maybe 90% part is cultivating them to practice this Qi. This practice gives us some kind of ecstasy, some dreamy state of free flow, some intoxications like you're drinking wine, that kind of flow, free flow of the movement by stretching to make your heart open. Well, when we stretch, we not only stretch the front heart, we stretch the back. So the heart is totally open, absorb the Qi from the surroundings. Then it's like you're having good wine, but wine of Qi, not wine of liquid, right? Liquor. And when practicing, we're very open, all the Qi is flowing, now we want to nourish them. Then at the end, I say just lie down and think about your Qi is inside yourself. I mean Qi, Qi is in me. Pores absorbing all the Qi there, floating up and down in this ocean of the Qi. Then doing the breathing. And then using a wave to control the breathing for 4 breaths a minute. There's a study for this 4 breaths a minute. The waves of the brain is very peaceful. And you can just lie down or sit down doing this breath for as long as you can, as long as you feel comfortable. Then all the Qi is sinking down. Then the harsh brandy becomes cognac. Right?
Now, 4 breaths a minute.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of breathing you would recommend before going to sleep to help somebody nourish their Qi during their sleep? Before I go to bed, 4 breaths a minute. 4 breaths a minute, that's pretty slow breathing.
It is slow. If someone who has never done this kind of breathing, for the first 2 or 3 minutes, they feel a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Because they're stretching. But after 2 or 3 minutes, they begin to feel easy. It's like balloon. When you blow it, they are so tight. And the second you blow it, getting easier and easier. So this way, it helps to expand the lung much more. So when you inhale, another mind work is that you feel you're absorbing all those Qis to make you strong, tight even. Then when you exhale, totally letting go. let go, not just the breathing, letting go everything. The spirit now, letting go something in your mind, because you're haunting with all the things, you're thinking that I have to go tomorrow, I have some trouble. Letting go is not only just release your breathing, but also letting go all the things around you. Yeah. It talks like this to say, oh, I cannot let go. But afterwards, after a few minutes of breathing, here is blank, void. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then you go either sleeping or you still hear something outside, but in a peace.
Mm-hmm. Now, when I breathe 4 breaths a minute, am I breathing in through my nose and my mouth?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. The way that you feel comfortable, you just do it.
Okay, Qigong Ecstasy. Now that word ecstasy, Robert, that's a pretty big promise, Qigong Ecstasy. You really think Qigong can deliver ecstasy?
Oh yes, it is a big promise, and it's for sure you get it. The reason why I'm so confident is because in this practice, when we are in our daily life, we get lost of ourselves. The reason is that we are not watching the breath. We are not setting the mind inside ourselves. As soon as we put the breathing and attention to ourselves internally, we begin to feel peaceful, and not in a passive way, but in a way that you feel high but peaceful. You feel some joy inside, but meanwhile it's not beyond the control. Young boy or young girls, they like go to the bar and they have a lot of joy, but it's wild joy.
Yeah.
But this wisdom of joy is that you have that kind of ecstasy, that joy, but in the way of that it is in your hand. So we call this sort of ecstasy. It's not complicated. You just repeat, then your mind is empty, then that joy that is suppressed with the reason one comes out. And actually that is the time your energy is also nourished. Yeah, because they begin to nourish your soul, nourish your heart, nourish all different energy centers to make them more enriched, unblocked, free flow. Yeah, my master, when he's talking about Qigong practice, he said, what is the function of Qigong practice? Clear your energy, concentrate them, then your potential energies brings out. The potential energy, one of them is the joy. Is the joy that not wild, not wild. Another time he said, well, what is the purpose of practicing Qigong? He said, 楼不走. Well, that's Chinese, even Chinese people cannot understand. It's a very strong accent. It says 6 no worries. No worry eating, so you have good digestion, you have good appetite always. No worry toilet, So digestion, no constipation, No worry sleeping, No worry. So 欲不丑 means like sexual powers. You can be even 100 years old.
Yeah, dude.
100 years old, you can still be young.
Yeah.
Some people at 100 years, they still have baby. Yeah. So this kind of, we say the gene energies is kept essentially well. Yeah. 神不丑, that you can, if you need, you can stay up for 2 days without sleep. Yeah, if you need, you can sleep 36 hours or 70 hours in a straight. Yeah. So it's very controllable. And the last one, it says, 情不丑, emotionally. You're balanced. Yeah. You're not up and down. Yeah. So when these three are together, then he said, you are, this is 神仙. 神仙 means Chinese to say is immortal angel. Yeah. But when they say immortal, it's not only immortal. When we say immortal as 神仙, it means you're happy. You're very easily flying everywhere and get your Ecstasy.
Yeah.
So this practice we have is first liberate the pains and restrictions of your body. Open your heart, then allow these energies to nourish your heart, to nourish your mind, to nourish your vitalities. So you're free.
Now, I think sometimes when people hear the word immortal, they think, oh, that means my physical body's not going
Living
to
forever.
die. Yeah, but that's not what you're referring to.
No. Well, it can be in one way because they live longer, much longer, but doesn't mean that they don't.
That's not immortal.
Yeah,
though,
it's not immortal. But it's more the people that they go beyond the restrictions of their body. Yeah. They go beyond the restrictions of the material conditions. No matter whether you're rich or poor, no matter you have a house or not, the spirit of happiness is always there. That's what we call 神仙.
Now, Robert, a couple of times you've referred to your master, to your teacher. And I'm curious to know what qualifies you as a quote-unquote Qigong Master yourself?
Yeah. Qigong Master is not a master degree, actually. I don't call myself Qigong Master. In China, when someone calls you Qigong Master, it's more a respected way to acknowledge that you have reached to some certain degrees. That is, in China we say 大师, yeah, a big teacher. Yeah, it means big teacher. And so it doesn't mean that my master grant me a master degree. No, yeah. It's just naturally people begin to say, oh, he's the master, he's the master. Yeah. But nowadays when we say Qigong Master, it means that you achieved some, or reached to some level that you understand what Qi really is. You understand how to make that benefit for not only yourself, but also you have the ways to spread it to benefit all the others. That is when we say master. That means strong enough for yourself and strong enough to serve the people by sending the messages of Qi and blessing the people with the Qi.
And when you think of your Qigong Master, I know you've written about your experience with him as a young boy and growing up, but I'm curious to know, what would you say were the 3 biggest gifts you received from your Qigong Master?
You know, when I met him, I was a sick boy. Yeah. I think the first gift is that he gave me a new life. Because that sickness can be very serious, because I was so sick that even a jump from here, the severe pain can make me pass out. And my mother tried all the doctors, no work. Yeah. Well, then fortunately I met him. Without telling me, he healed me. Yeah. He's such an amazing master. He can just look at you, gazing at you, and heal you. Anyway, so I think that's one thing. Physically, he healed me. That's the biggest gift, one of them. Another is that I cannot imagine without him, I'll be sitting here talking about Qigong with you. So he gave me not only the physical life, but also the spiritual life that enriched my life so much with the spiritual journey. Yeah. You know, I went to school. I went to university. I majored English literature, actually. Yeah. I taught English for some time, quite a few years. But it always feels something that I want to do differently.
Yeah.
Until nearly I was 30, I was so clear that I want to go this as my life journey. Only this way I feel my life is more full.
Yeah.
Otherwise, stay in the university teaching, then professor, associate professor. That is another road. I can see it's not so charming to me. This, I feel, is supposed to be. Yeah. There's a saying, the higher master he looked for his disciples. So, well, my master, he was a monk. All his life, he was in a monastery so deep away, so deep in the mountain, far away from the city. Well, it's during the Cultural Revolution that he had to leave from the monastery. But there's another way of spiritual talking, is that he made that decision to go out to find his disciple. Because I'm his last disciple, the youngest one also. And after me, he's just gone. And so I think another big gift or present from him is that he empowered me. He gave me the ability that I can pass what he has as a way that to spread to the world. Because all his life he was in the mountain, in the monastery. He didn't have too much disciples actually, but his energy, the level of spirituality is so high. Yeah, so high. But I remember when I was in high school, maybe he sees that he saw that we're sitting here or something. He can foresee, because he has one saying. He said, "I don't care what you're going to, what majors you're going to choose, but for sure you have to go to the university." Well, in my time, that is in 1982, at that time, going to the university is a huge competition. Like we have 2 million people in the whole China to get entrance exam, the same paper, all China. Yeah. Only maybe only 3%, very limited person. And of course, they say only this way you can really make your Qigong practice big and much more meaningful. And he said, all my disciples are mountaineers. They don't have high education.
Yeah.
Promise me. Yeah. So I think he has the vision already.
Yeah.
When he chose me.
Yeah.
Or when we met each other.
Yeah.
So he saved my life.
Yeah.
He gave me the life, gave me my spiritual life. He gave me the power to make this life stronger, I think. I feel he's still guiding me, because when I look back at each transitional time, it feels like someone's magic hand is moving the chairs to guide you. Exactly.
I notice when you talk about him, I feel the gratitude in your heart. I feel that.
Oh yes, because you can feel he's always around, and also when I meditate, you can feel that empowerment is never gone. Yeah, never gone.
Now I want to ask a question, Robert, about the new Qigong practitioner, the person who starts doing the Qigong Ecstasy program, and they actually feel quite a bit happier when they do it. They really do. However, they don't do it as often as they would like. They get caught up in their life. I don't have that much time this morning, at night, I'm tired. I don't know, maybe it's resistance, maybe it's because I have so many responsibilities. What would you say to that person?
It doesn't matter if you don't practice every day, but nourish your Chi all the time. Yeah. That's my master saying. He said, well, nourishing Chi accounts 70%, yeah. Practice your Chi 30%. You don't have time, no problem, but miss me, right? Keep your Chi in back of your mind all the time. Then allow the Chi to nourish you. Of course, we don't want to take this as an excuse to be lazy, right? If we have time, do it.
Now, when you were talking about this very important nourishing our Chi, you said this statement, Chi is in me, and I am in Chi.
Yeah.
So when I hear you say Chi is in me, I think people probably understand that Chi is running through the circuitry of my body, the meridians, but I'm in Chi. I could imagine somebody thinking, well, that's curious. What does that mean?
You know, air is also called Qi. It's called Kong Qi, empty Qi. Yeah. So the air has a lot of Qi. Nobody will ignore that the air is always with them, right? So imagine if the air is Qi, you're in the Qi. Yeah. And that Qi is very thick, strong Qi. So Qi is everywhere. But you have to accept it. You should be open. Then it pours in. If you don't accept it, it goes in, but much less.
So Robert, just to ask you one final question. If you could give just one core teaching to your students, what would it be?
The core teaching or core exercise?
Okay, one core teaching, one core exercise.
Yeah, core exercise, Qigong Ecstasy. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, Qigong Ecstasy is the reason I like it is that they give you a lot of joy, both physically and mentally. So it's like some alcoholic always like to drink wine, but we give you that kind of state of mind of ecstasy and joy without abusing your health of drinking too much. I think a lot of people love it. Yeah.
And Robert, what about one core teaching? I know I'm keeping you down here to just one, but what would it be for your students?
Nourish your Chi. Always be aware of the Chi. Because the Chi is everything. Is everything. We are consist of the Chi. The Chi made us bound together. When we are not bound together, we have weak Chi. When holding together, we have strong Chi. So when you're aware of the Chi, you nourish the Chi, it's like you're raising your baby with all your loving heart. Otherwise, the baby will grow not so well. So nourishing Chi is taking care of the holy baby of your own energy. Nourish your Chi. I mean Qi, Qi is in me. Do you want to follow me in Chinese? 人在气中
气中
气在
气在
人中
人中
Yeah, that's I am in Qi, Qi is me as a Chinese bless. 人在气中 气在人中
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.